I first picked up reading as a hobby when I was around 12 years old, and ever since then it's been a really important part of my life. There was this giant library in my school, and they had everything from fiction to non fiction to encyclopedias to newspaper articles, and I really felt at home in that place. And I remember that they had this school where each student can only borrow one book per week, but that was nowhere near enough. For a decent sized book, let's say 200 to 400 pages, takes me no more than a couple of days to finish that. So I literally had to ask my friends to borrow books from me. We will discuss which books I started with and which ones were my favorites and which ones I'm currently reading in perhaps a later video. Today I would just like to discuss the idea, at least in my opinion, that fiction is not just for entertainment. People have this misconception that reading fiction is just for fun. There's nothing to be gained there. Oftentimes, it gives you the best life lessons. I believe that unless you're trying to learn a specific skill, you should always go for fiction. With non-fiction, you get these ideas of working hard, being honest, and managing your time well, having good habits. But you have to understand that deep down, all of us already know all this. What we lack is inspiration. It's going to be pretty rare that we find inspiration from a non-fiction book. Usually, there are just cold ideas there. But in fiction, you really connect with the characters. Some people might argue that there are a ton of real-world people to draw inspiration from, and yes, it is true. But the problem with real-life people is that you never truly know. Many times you would admire someone for a really long time and then you'll find out that all this time they were horrible human beings. But with fictional characters, you know their thoughts, their principles. It's like you grew up with them, thinking about them much more than you will ever know about another human being. It's like the bond we share with fictional characters is much more permanent and solid in real life people. It's a paradox really. And you can tell so much about a person just from what characters they like, because again you know almost everything about the character.